Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am continuing my perfume note videos and I've moved on to the raspberry perfume note, one of my absolute favourite perfume notes and quite a common perfume note as well. If you're new here, then welcome to my channel. It's all about perfumes. Check out my hundreds of other perfume videos. And if you're a regular and you haven't subscribed yet, then do hit that subscribe button and show your support. So raspberry, of course, I hope everyone knows what raspberry is. I hope I don't need to explain it. A really fruity, sweet smell, used in very feminine, pretty perfumes in my opinion. I find it very uplifting. I've always loved fruits of the forest. You know, raspberry is one of my favorite things to eat, like as a flavor. And I love all blackcurrant, blackberry, raspberry, those type of sort of autumnal berries. So it's no coincidence that I have a lot of perfumes where raspberry is the main note or one of the main notes. As always guys, I will put links below to where you can get all these in America and Europe. So the first one on my list is Mon Paris from YSL. So this is an iconic raspberry perfume. It came out a few years ago now, but I just love it. It's something that I wear when I want something that's really gonna last. I find the lasting power on this is really good. It's really good value for money. And I'd say that this kind of sums up, and it's quite iconic and archetypal of a lot of modern perfumes. It has patchouli in, it has these fruity notes in, very much the type of thing that you smell in the 2020s. It also has a little bit of musk, a bit of pear and a bit of peony, but I find this to be not overly sweet at all. I find it to be really pretty and almost floral, kind of like a raspberry blossom type smell. It's very feminine, but I have to say it's really good for lasting, and you can really smell it when I wear it. I'm constantly smelling it on myself, which is something that doesn't happen that often these days, especially with newer perfumes. So I really do recommend Mon Paris if you like those pretty feminine raspberry, florally, peony smell. Next on my list is the new La Vie Est Belle Intensement. So this is more of a sweet raspberry, a vanilla raspberry, a warmer raspberry. La Vie Est Belle, of course, one of the best-selling perfumes in the world. The original is very much vanilla and praline. Here they've basically made it a bit fruitier by making raspberry, adding raspberry in and then making it like that main note. So it definitely is a powdery vanilla, but then it has this fruity vibe to it, so it's kind of like a summery take on the original. It's not that dissimilar to the original at all. It's just got all this raspberry in as well, so in the dry down it tends to smell more and more like the original, that vanilla smell, but in the initial spray you do get a lot of the raspberry. And again, it is another one that is, whoa, like so much raspberry. I really get the raspberry in this. It's definitely the main note, but then as I'm starting to get some powder now and the vanilla is beginning to come through, so it's definitely for people that like quite sweet perfumes. It's really good for lasting, just like Mon Paris is as well, just like the original La Vie Est Belle is. So I do really recommend this one for a good long-lasting perfume for people that like sweet gourmands. And raspberry, of course. Next on my list from Dior is Absolutely Blooming. This is one of my absolute favorite perfumes. This has berries in, raspberry, blackberry, but it also does smell like this signature Miss Dior smell, which is a floral patchouli. I think this is a really classy way to get raspberry. Sometimes some raspberry perfumes can be a bit sort of sweet, sexy, nighttime. This is very much like a classy, sophisticated raspberry with that patchouli. There's rose in here. So it's very classy, feminine smell, but then you've got all these berries in there as well, which make it a little bit more interesting. But it is really nice. It's not as good for lasting as the Mon Paris or the La Vie Est Belle Intensement, but it is quite a different smell, perhaps a little bit more delicate, more daytime I'd say, and more elegant and a little bit more serious and classy I'd say. This would be nice if you have quite a professional job. It's very womanly, sophisticated, high-end smell, whereas the others I'd say are more like fun, outgoing, and also nighttime smells. Another of my absolute favourite perfumes is Tresor Midnight Rose. Now this, as you can tell by the colouring, is very nighttime, deep. The purple represents the blackcurrant in here, but there's also a lot of raspberry. I'd say it's 50% blackcurrant, 50% raspberry in terms of the fruits here. Then you've got a bit of vanilla in the base. It literally smells like a fruit salad, like a blackberry, raspberry fruit salad. You know, in hotels you get those like fruits of the forest, those red fruits sometimes, like at breakfast. I guess you can also get them from the supermarket, not just hotels. That's what this smells like. It's like a berry medley. It's so nice. I love it. It's just the perfect perfume for me. It's all my favourite things. And I think the bottle is beautiful as well, isn't it? But this is basically raspberry blackcurrant, so you need to be a big fan. It's good for lasting, and it lasts a good long time as well. Like, you spray this on you, it will still be there on your clothes the next day. Spray it in your hair, you'll be able to smell it in your hair until you wash your hair. So good for lasting. You know, Lancome do make good perfumes that last well, that have good projection. I'm a big Lancome fan when it comes to fragrances, and this, yeah, is one of my absolute all-time favorites. So some more delicate, perhaps a little bit more sophisticated, classy tones from Cartier. They have two raspberry fragrances. So their Basier Voile or Voile range is a lily fragrance, but they have an edition of it called Basier Voile Les Roses. Now, I've noticed this a few times. Perfumes that look like they're about rose actually are raspberry and don't have any rose in. Don't know why. It's happening. This is just a very simple lily and raspberry, so it's sweet, fresh, uplifting, but very light, very spring, summer, and very classy. If you're looking for something that's light but still has raspberry in for during the day, or perhaps, you know, you're a doctor or a nurse or something, this would be appropriate. They also have Basier Fouet or Fou, I'm not sure how to pronounce that French, which is a stronger raspberry. It's an eau de parfum. This is raspberry and orchid, so again another delicate flower like lily, but this also has some sweet white chocolate in and vanilla. So this is a sweeter raspberry, warmer raspberry. This is more stronger than the other one, but I think these two are both really nice classy ways of getting your raspberry. Victoria's Secret, of course, uses raspberry all the time in their fragrances. One to pick out would be Scandalous, which is praline and raspberry, but lots of their body sprays, products and everything use a raspberry in. It's a very Victoria's Secret sexy note, so pretty much all of them seem to have raspberry or strawberry or something like that in. Givenchy's Haute Couture is one of the first really strong raspberry notes. This has been out for quite a while now. This one is a peppery raspberry, so you might have noticed sometimes restaurants, they put pepper with raspberry. The notes seem to go well in our palette, I don't know why. So this is a little bit more spicy, a little bit more oriental, gourmand, so a little bit different to all the ones we've discussed before. So if you like those peppery smells but you still want that sweet raspberry, then this is pretty much as close as you're going to get to a oriental raspberry, I think. For a really green, fresh, uplifting raspberry, L'Occitane have their Framboise de la Matcha. So basically it's raspberry and green matcha tea. So this is raspberry with tea leaves with very green notes, a little bit of citrus in as well, so very fresh. If you like your matcha tea, then you'll like this, like a raspberry tea. Very, very fresh, the kind of thing that you would spray quite a lot of, and perfect for a really hot summer's day. Something that's just uplifting and fresh and nice, like a lot of the L'Occitane perfumes are. One of the newer ones that came out from Armani, Because It's You, this was a really sweet raspberry. I found this fragrance confusing because from the branding, from the colour of the liquid, it's all like brown, beige. I didn't expect raspberry to come out from that, because usually these perfumes with a lot of raspberry in or pinky purpley colour. but this is a very sweet fragrance. It's vanilla and raspberry, so you definitely have to be a sweet gourmand fan to like this. Personally, I did not find the lusting power to be very good, which is why I didn't buy it. It's most similar probably to La Vie Belle Intensement, but this lasts way better and has way better projection. So I would definitely recommend this over Armani because it's you. Sorry, Armani. Goutal have a very classy powdery iris raspberry called Etoile de Nuit. It comes in this beautiful turquoise bottle with this beautiful sort of scarf accessory. These bottles are so cute from Goutal. Really loving this rebranding that they've had with these really cool bottles. It's quite simple: iris, rose, raspberry, so a sweet powdery nighttime perfume, mysterious, classy, upmarket. I can imagine wearing this on a very expensive shopping spree where I'm buying all these expensive scarves like on the bottle. So something a little bit different that most people perhaps won't have, and a powdery raspberry. Jimmy Choo's Blossom, of course, is a raspberry perfume. This is very fresh, uplifting. Reminds me of the kind of thing you'd give to someone as like their first perfume, you know, a teenager. Just really like fresh daytime raspberry, sweet, innocent, you know, sort of very innocent smelling fresh perfume. I would wear this during the day, you know, where I'm looking for something light and uplifting. You guys know I love the Le Petit Robe Noir range from Givenchy. So their couture one of their flankers called Le Petit Robe Noir Couture is a raspberry perfume. It has pink liquid and it has a lot of tonka bean in here as well. So I really like this. It's on my wish list, definitely. It's basically patchouli, rose, raspberry. So like all my favorite smells and come to a big couture party, and these are really good for lasting. Tonka bean really helps things last, and it creates a very warm feeling to perfumes, which I really love. So watch out for this. Not something that's sold everywhere, quite unusual, unique bottle, classy, and Guerlain make really good quality fragrances, so I really do rate this range. I've done a video on the whole Le Petit Robe Noir range actually, so I'll leave that linked. For something very fresh, uplifting, kind of like Jimmy Choo Blossom, then the Daisy Oh So Fresh is a very light eau de toilette raspberry, super light. Definitely another one of these like my first perfume type smells, you know, really light, simple. I can imagine Barbie having this perfume maybe. It's green, it's pear, it's raspberry, it's very light and simple. For something a bit more of a sexy nighttime raspberry, we have a suede leathery raspberry from Kilian. Their Madly in Love fragrance from their whole range of perfumes. I did a video on all of them. This is one of my favorites because of the raspberry in there, but it has this kind of like biker feel with the leathery suediness that really makes this sexy and interesting smell. If you love super sweet fragrances, then Vera Wang's Princess have their Pink Princess, which comes in this pink glittery heart bottle with a crown on. Like, could it be any more feminine? Could it be any more girly? This is like a marshmallow raspberry, so super sweet. Kind of a bit like some of the Ariana Grande fragrances, which have this like candied raspberry feel to them. And again, on that marshmallowy, but this time with vanilla and raspberry, we have Dolce & Gabbana's Pour Femme, another quite well-known raspberry perfume, but very sweet. The Intense version doesn't have raspberry in, but I prefer the Intense just because it's a bit more better for lasting and a bit stronger. But if you like raspberry and you don't mind that this is not going to last all day, perhaps you want something sort of medium length in terms of longevity, then D&G Pour Femme is a nice sweet raspberry option. And I'd say the same for Lady Million, which is honey and raspberry with some orange blossom. So quite fresh, quite pretty, quite feminine, but this sweet raspberry, especially in the first sort of half hour. But again, you know, medium longevity, not amazing for lasting, and very much a daytime smell in my opinion. And then lastly, just to add in that often the Body Shop have these raspberry ranges that they bring out. I don't think it's a permanent range, but it seems to come and go. I'm not sure, but you can still buy various raspberry products from them on the internet, so I'll leave them linked if I can find them. But these I always get these when they come out because I love raspberries. So that's it, guys. So I hope you found this video useful. So many raspberry perfumes to go through, so hopefully something for everyone in there. Do give the video a thumbs up if it's been helpful, useful, whatever, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll leave all the products linked down below as always. But that's it, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.